May it please you, my lord, Joseph Kiomhege, state attorney. My lord, I'm appearing jointly with my land colleague, Ms. Sheriff Adawanga, chief state attorney. Shall let the defense see
I'm number 36247, Detective Corporal Omodings, George Rotary.
Help us to understand.
A crime scene is a place where an incident occurs or where an offense has been committed.
This particular crime, what were you supposed to do?
Generally, in a crime scene, you're supposed to document it through photography and trace for possible evidence from the crime scene. This particular crime scene, it was generally a point where a suspected dead body was found in a septic tank, and generally it was to recover and trace for possible evidence from that scene.
Just guide us on how, on the description of that crime.
The description of the crime scene was in a home of the suspect, just within the compound, behind the building, behind his main building. So generally it was just within the compound. This case, I didn't hear of it, of murder, of what, I didn't hear of it.
Did you hear that?
I made a walkthrough by moving around the compound as a team, with a team of detectives, to find the general look of how the home looks like, how the scene looks like.
Were the detectives part of the scene of crime officer?
They were part of the investigators.
No, you are documenting the scene of crime. You moved with them around the compound. Were they part of the scene of crime officer?
They were not part of the scene of crime officers.
Now, you came in through the gate. Correct? You came in through the gate, you have pictures of the gate, correct?
Yes.
Did you attempt to move around the home? Outside the home?
I did not move outside the home, I moved inside.
Outside the compound or outside?
Outside the compound. Outside
the perimeter?
Yes.
Outside the perimeter?
No, I did not.
What is not correct? You're not aware, or that the home cannot be accessible?
Okay, the look of the wall, anybody can climb inside the compound of the home of the suspect.
Did they show you that the person they arrested had told them the place? Did they show you the place where the person they arrested had passed?
I was not told.
So in the circumstances, you are not told anything about this case. You are just called to the scene of crime, but you are not told anything about it.
I was told about the case of a body found in a septic tank.
Do you recall the structure of the home, particularly the surroundings of the septic tank?
Yes, I recall.
Please guide the court as to what was on. Let's say the septic tank is where I'm standing. What was on the left of the septic tank? The septic tank is at the point where I'm standing. Let's imagine it's at this point. And then the left front of the septic tank.
That is his right.
That is where it is. Beside where it is.
Yes. You're right. As you
My Lord, I request maybe I look at the photo I took, the photo of the septic tank which I
Do
presented.
you remember what was on the left? The point here is, did you draw that map yourself?
I drew it, I took photographs of that septic tank and I drew the sketch plan.
So, from your memory, you drew the sketch plan. Please tell us what was on the left and what was on the right. From your memory.
My Lord, I pray that the witness looks at his. Is that so?
He has requested for his.
But counsel is continuing.
He has requested for.
Now that you have it,
Yes.
please guide us around the board.
What exactly should I?
What was on the left? What was on the left as your right as you look at it?
What was on my right as I looked at you, we had the poultry cage house, like the house for chicken, and toilets. They were on my right. There were 2 chicken houses and the toilet in the middle. They were made of timbers on my right.
Okay, you have at the end the boys' quarters. Correct?
Yes.
Who was resident in those boys' quarters?
It was not,
Inquire as to who was staying there.
by the time I went to the scene, it was not occupied.
Did you inquire as to who was staying there?
No.
You did not inquire.
No.
How do you know no one was staying there?
I didn't get anybody inside there, inside the boys' quarters.
The doors were open.
I found when they were locked.
That okay in
That-
the corner of the,
That okay near the boys' quarters.
there's a structure marked okay.
Okay.
That is the outside kitchen.
Okay. Let's come to the house. The buildings marked, the rooms marked CR, WR, and CR. What are those?
Those were the children rooms. According to the suspect told me that was the children room.
Did you look into them?
Yes,
Were they open?
they were open.
What was inside them?
They were empty.
Was there anything of interest to you in those rooms?
In the children's room,
Yes, children's room, washroom, and children's room. Was there anything of interest?
yes, but I didn't get anything. It was empty.
What was of interest there? You said yes, there was something of interest. What was of interest?
The interest was to cover any possible evidence that can be connected to the alleged scene of such.
Did you find anything there?
Nothing was inside this.
On this other side, we have BR and SR.
That Bihara was the main bedroom of the suspect.
Okay.
Yes, then the SR is sitting room.
In BR, did you find anything of interest to you as a crime scene officer?
Yes, it is where I recovered some papers, about 7 of them with writings.
And in SR,
SR we didn't get anything.
there was nothing of interest to you.
There was nothing.
How about in K? Was there anything of interest to you?
There was nothing.
After what's getting.
K is
Kitchen.
Then we have 2 rooms at the end. We have ST, which is store, and GR, which is garage, did you find anything of interest to you?
I did not. There was nothing.
A small room in the corner, SH. Was there anything of interest there?
There was nothing. So
So what was it?
SH.
security house.
Security house.
Yes.
In the outside kitchen, the 2 marked CH, was there anything of interest as a scene of crime officer to you?
Outside kitchen. There was
The outside kitchen.
there was nothing.
The chicken house.
There was nothing.
There was nothing in the outside kitchen.
What is the room? Is it a chicken house or outside?
Sorry, I had confused the two. I was asking about the chicken houses, the 2 chicken houses. Did you look into the toilets, the 3 toilets marked?
I looked into,
Was there anything of interest to you?
and there was nothing also.
Who is usually supposed to be at the scene of crime when the officers find a body or there is an issue? Who is supposed to be there first? Isn't it the scene of crime officer?
No, normally we have first responders at the scene. So in most cases, you find the circle going and when people are already at the scene.
Who are these first responders?
The first responder is the first person to reach to see an incident which has occurred and later on informs. So that person becomes the first responder.
In this case, who are the first responders?
In this case, I found a team of detectives and fire rescue team already at the scene when I reached.
So when you reached that place, they were already there, they had seen the body, and they were just waiting for you to come, correct?
Yes.
Is it not standard practice that police officers, when they find a crime scene, they are supposed to cordon it off until the scene of crime officer comes?
Yeah, for that matter, they cordon it off. I found when they had cordon it off.
So you had first responders, police officers, you had fire brigade, they have come onto the scene of crime, they have looked at the body, they have moved things about. Did you find a good scene enough for you to collect evidence?
I found, especially on top of the septic tank, they had tampered with. That they removed some timbers with the view of seeing what was inside the septic tank, but they left some. They removed some and left some.
Did you observe those timbers to see if there were any blood stains, any fingerprints on them?
I examined them by observing and checking properly, the way I'm supposed to do at the crime scene.
What did you find?
I found nothing.
You told us you take a general view, a middle view, and a close view. Did you get that set of pictures for the pieces of wood?
Yeah, I photographed those woods, the way they appear on top of the septic tank, and those ones which were heaped aside.
Did you get the close view and the middle view? Because we don't have those. Maybe you have them and you have not submitted them to us.
I took a view which can easily be seen. The close view can be seen and the middle view can be seen depending on the type of camera you have used.
You have the close view there?
The view which I took was the middle range view, which was clearly seen. May I have the photographs? This is how the close view of the photo of the timbers on top of the septic tank looked like.
I'm asking for the one of the timber which were removed.
Yeah, this one is marked as 2.
24.
Yes. The close view of the timbers and iron sheets which were removed from the septic tank are here.
Can we look at it, please?
No, I did not ask him.
So, for your interview, how many people were staying in that hall?
I did not find out.
Did you ask Mr. Onebe if he smelled anything suspicious in the months before?
I did not ask him.
You had a cesspool empty, correct?
Pardon?
You had a cesspool empty as part of your team, correct? Did you have a cesspool empty on the scene?
Yes.
Attempt to drain the pit latrines to find any form of evidence there.
I did not drain.
So
As a SOCO, I did not drain the septic tank.
at what point was, because you told us earlier that this body was disintegrating, correct?
Yes.
You said part of the hands were falling off, correct?
Yes.
Did you inquire as to whether they, when you saw that, did you look for the missing parts in that septic tank?
Yes.
What did you do about that? How did you do it?
By use of the fire brigade team, they drained that inside the septic tank with the view of recovering any missing part, but didn't get.
They didn't get any missing parts.
I didn't get.
And according to you and your team, the septic tank was working normally. It was not blocked.
No, it was not blocked.
So what you're telling this court is that in this whole compound, you did not find any evidence of murder, correct?
We found the dead body in the tank, but
You found the dead body. Did you find any evidence that somebody was killed in that home apart from the dead body?
nothing.
Did you find any murder weapon?
No.
In your report, I noticed you did not say that the evidence, that the scene was tampered with. Was that intentional on your part?
I described how the scene was found.
Yes. You have described the scene which was tampered. Did you include it in your report?
No, I did not include.
Was that intentional on your part not to put that there?
What exactly?
Not to include that the scene was tampered?
It was not intentional.
So my question to you is, what did you, as the SOCO, do at this crime scene?
I took photographs of the crime scene, I drew the sketch plan of the crime scene, and I made a report.
Who is supposed to do the survey of that crime scene? Isn't it the SOCO?
The survey is done by a team, led by a team leader. There must be a team leader leading people to survey the scene.
Did you hand over your responsibility as the SOCO to the team?
No, I did not.
You are supposed to document the crime scene. That means you do the survey, you investigate it for any evidence material. You are supposed to make a report, you basically document that crime scene. And you're saying that another team did that because that is actually what is in your report. Did you hand over your responsibility willingly or was it taken? Did they force you? Did they put you aside?
The survey is done by Sokobat being led by a senior officer at the crime scene.
So what you're saying here is that you did not do an independent scene of crime investigation, correct?
It was independent.
When you came to this home, was it open? Was the house open already?
The home had a gate, so the gate was closed to avoid.
Was the house open?
Yes, it was open.
So that means you arrived much later at the scene. What time did you reach at the scene?
At around 15:30, 100 hours.
15:30.
Around 15:30.
And what time were you called?
Around 15 there, because the place is not very far from Kabalagala.
So that was basically your first day, correct? That is all that you did on your first day.
Yes.
What did you do on the second day?
On the second day, I took photographs also.
So you took the photographs and left the scene.
On the second day,
On the second day, you just went and took photographs.
I took photographs and search was still carried out. Then thereafter, I left.
Separate for us the photographs you took on the first day and ones on the second day.
Yeah, I can separate them. This is photograph identifier. Took it on day 1. That was on 8th of September 2021. Then this building here. Yes, this one photo of day 2 on 9th. So, okay, this one is day 1. And then the photograph identifier is a document you make.
Picture 1, picture 2, picture 3.
Photograph identifier is a document which you make indicating the particular of the case.
Because those pictures are in numbers 1 to 8. That is picture number 1.
These are 2 pictures. It's saying the one on the left is identified.
Yeah. So the second photo which I took on day 1, that was on 8th. Here is marked 5, day 1. Day 1. This one marked 2. It was photo of day 2 on 9th. This one marked 4, also day 2. Then this one marked 6, also day 2. Marked 7, also day 2. And marked 8, also day 2.
You took all those photographs from the home of the accused, correct?
Not all from the home of the accused.
Okay.
Not all of them from the home of the accused. This one marked 8.
Yes.
I took it after recovering it from the mortuary, after postmortem, on day 2. This one marked 7 also. I took it after recovering it from the mortuary. And this one of marked 6 also. I took it on day 2 after the mortuary.
For those particular photos, what camera did you use?
We have several cameras, depends on how it's working. I use Nikon and Casio.
Which camera did you use to take those photos?
This one marked 4. This one marked 4 and marked 2. This one I use Casio. This one marked 2 and 4. Then this one marks 3 also.
Is that your signature?
Yeah, this is my signature here.
Where did you sign it from?
This is, in fact, my name and the signature and the date when I took the photographs. I put it behind the photographs.
Did you print all those photographs together?
The same day? Yes.
So you wrote on all of them together, correct?
Yeah, the day of marking, you mark them the same.
Why is it that the handwriting on those three pictures is different from the handwriting on all the other pictures? Even the signature is different.
That's my signature.
Why is it different? The handwriting is, your signature, your handwriting is very strong, confident, particular. But on those three, the handwriting deviates. Please show the code. Two, pick another one.
My Lord, in regard to the handwriting, my land colleague is not a handwriting expert to distinguish the handwriting.
But he's asking him whether the handwriting is different. So let me get his answer. When he says that the handwriting, he's putting it to you that the handwriting on the pictures is different.
I'm the one who wrote them, and they are not different. These are my handwritings.
The instructions to you. The instructions to you were to pick one picture of photograph 6, 7, or 8, one of them, and then pick another picture from 1 to 5. And just show the code. Show the code the back.
On photographs. Yes.
I'm guiding you. So show the code the back. Hold them properly so the code can read. In photographs 1 to 5, your handwriting is strong. It is particular. It gives the place. It tells us. One moment.
So for example, the one in your right hand is what? Number 5?
The one
That's number 5.
So you're saying in 1 to 5, the handwriting is strong, yes?
He explains where he took this, the date of the visit, the time. He gives the date, gives the time, he signs, gives his rank as Soko, and he states what is in the picture.
Yes, what is the question?
However, when he comes to these others,
That is 6, 7, and 8.
6, 7, and 8, he basically first signs and gives his name, initials, gives a date, and then gives a brief description, please mark this, just something like that.
So what is the
So
question?
my question to you is, who wrote on those pictures, and why is the handwriting different?
I'm the one who wrote on them, and my handwritings are the same.
Isn't it standard practice of a Soko with a camera to have the date on the picture? The date stamped on the picture. You see picture 5?
It depends on the camera setting. You can set, I told you I took using different cameras. You can set this and the way you want, and that one the way you want.
So you didn't want the date on photograph 6, 7, and 8.
I told you I used 2 different cameras.
Yes. The question is to you. You have stated that you set them to have the timestamps. So on all the other pictures, which have your perfect handwriting, you have timestamps. But on these where your handwriting is irregular and the information is scanty and the signature is different, there is no timestamp.
The explanation for this is that if you go to a division, I'm not the only Soko. You find one camera has gone to do this work, another one has gone to do this work. So, like for example, on day one, I use this one. Then on day two, when I went to the mortuary to recover this, find the other camera has gone to the field for other work, and that is how it comes about. It's not automatic that the same camera you have used now, the same camera you are going to use for another scene. And I'm not the only Soko, we are like 4 Sokos.
Given that there are no timestamps on those photographs, is there a possibility that those photos, 6, 7, and 8, were taken before the body was put into the sock pit?
No, because I put the date and my signature is there when I took the photographs.
Who else, when you came onto the crime scene, do you have a list of the persons who were there at that crime scene?
I don't have the list.
So you don't know who was in the crime scene?
I knew some of them,
No. So you don't know everyone who was in the crime scene?
not all of them.
You don't know. Who collected the pupil swab, the pupil sample for the DNA?
I am the one.
Where did you collect it from? And from who?
I collected from the daughter of the suspect, Evie Napo, from the office of the DC Ukelo, Jacob from CID headquarters Kibuli, where the daughter was.
How did you know she was Napo?
She was introduced to me by Detective Constable Okelo. She was introduced and brought to me by DC Okelo Jacob.
Did you confirm that she was actually Ivy Napo?
She was presented to me by DC Okelo.
Did you confirm that she was actually Ivy Napo?
Okelo is the one who confirmed to me.
Did you take a step to confirm from her if she is Ivy? That woman was brought to you, okay? Did you take a step to confirm if she was Ivy Napo?
I confirmed from DC Okelo.
Not from her.
No.
Do you have any document to show how you extracted that sample from her? That document would include her name, her age, her sex, the details, the time, the place, and how you are extracting that. Do you have any document to that?
What is always done is,
Do you have any document that you underwent training for crime scene investigation? Was it here in Uganda? The first one, October to January. Was it here in Uganda or was it out of Uganda? The first one.
it was here in Uganda, in Kabalie,
From which month to which month?
from June to November 2017.
27. How about in 2007? What did you do?
2017,
2017. You did a course of crime scene investigation here in Uganda
yes.
for 4 months. And then you did another course in Nairobi. For
Ye-
how long?
It was for 1 month.
For these trainings, were you trained on how to extract people's funds?
I was trained. It's part of the subjects you learn.
Let's talk about the mortuary. You said you went and picked certain samples, correct?
Correct.
On which day did you go?
I cannot recall, very well the date I went to the mortuary to pick, but on 9th of September 2021, I went to recover the exhibits from mortuary. I think I recovered them on 9th of September 2021.
That's when you recovered them.
Yes.
At what time did you do that?
It was at around 12 p.m. on 9th.
So by 12 p.m. the post-mortem was done. Correct?
Yeah. Submitting to the lab.
No, the report that you finished, the crime scene investigation report. When did you finish? When did you complete it?
I think I made the report on. I can refer to my report and see the date I made.
I obtained today samples for DNA testing. Wasn't it important to put it in this report?
That one was not very important for Isoko
It wasn't important for you.
to be included here.
Because part of your job is to extract the DNA samples, the pupil swab, and also the samples from the body. That was part of your job.
Yes.
So your report does not show it, that this is what I did.
That one is on another document.
But your report doesn't state. So your report is incomplete. Read for us 4. Paragraph 4.
Page 4.
Paragraph 4. Number 4. Action taken.
That's bullet 4.
Yes, bullet 4. Sorry, bullet 4. That last page.
That is a rough sketch plan.
No, 4. You see where the body is, the picture of the body.
Yes, yes.
Below that,
Action taken.
action taken. Start from there.
A preliminary survey was conducted by a team of police officers headed by Detective ASP Ochom Nobat. Photograph identifier made as shown in figure 0.10 below. Then a rough sketch plan of this crime scene was drawn as shown below. Then search was conducted and the deceased was conveyed to City Mortuary, Mulago, for post-mortem. And that is how it ended.
Read everything.
The deceased was conveyed to City Mortuary, Mulago, for post-mortem on PF 48A and B.
What in that action taken did you do which was significant to the investigation of this case, of the crime scene?
The following day, on 9th,
The question is, in that bullet, what of importance to the investigation of the crime scene did you do?
we divided the work.
My question to you is, you as the SOCO, what action did you do? We have 4.1 to 4.5. What action did you do?
I participated in carrying out the search. Search was conducted. That is action I did.
You searched every place in that compound?
Yes. Then the action I did, I drew the sketch plan, which is there. I did the action of making that identifier. I did the action of the survey of the crime scene.
In your examination in chief, you stated that You came into the house through the balcony. You went into the sitting room, took photographs, then went to the bedroom of A1. That is what you stated in your examination in chief. And you said that after that, you signed the search certificate and left. You told this court today in cross-examination that you checked every room in that house and in that compound. Which of those two do you want us to believe?
The major search where the document, where the exhibits were found, some exhibits were found was in bedroom of the accused.
We have examination in chief, we have cross-examination. In examination in chief, you said you entered through the balcony, got into the sitting room where you stayed for a while and took photographs. Then you went to the bedroom, identified certain articles, came back to the sitting room, signed the search report, and left. That is examination in chief. In cross-examination, you are telling this court, you searched every room. Which of those two do you want this court to take as your rightful evidence?
All rooms were examined except others were empty.
Do you want the court to take examination one, examination in chief or cross-examination?
Both of them.
That you instructed Hakim Obadiah to write the police form 48. And you're very particular about that. In your report, you say 48 and then 48B. Those are your work. In examination in chief. In cross-examination, in your report, you're stating a report of that very day, when the facts are clear, your memory is fresh.
Why don't you bring this
You're stating,
Mr. Apollo?
yes, my
Why can't you raise this issue in your submission?
My lord, I will do that. I just want him to clarify to us what exactly he said.
We have police form 48A.
I want you to clarify what exactly did you state?
I instructed DC Akire, the late now, to fill police form 48A and B to accompany the body to the city mortuary for postmortem.
So now you're changing them.
I recall delivering 17A.
My lord, I agree with you. He did give the witness be given form 17A for doing a DNA test.
It was to establish the identity of the deceased was found in the septic tank.
For us, the title, just read for us the title of that report. PE 27.
This is Uganda Police, Form 17A, Police Station, Kavalagala, reference CRB 023/2021. Date was 13th of September 2021. Name of accused, Onebe Francis and others. Name of deceased, Immaculate Mary Onebe. Then we have part of exhibits, description, and examination required.
Okay. Please go ahead. Read first. Exhibit
marked OM was buccal swab number 5P5Y 002445 from Inapo Ivy, Mildred, daughter of the deceased, is Immaculate Mary Onebe. Then exhibit A1 was bone head of the SIMA, got from the deceased, is Immaculate Mary Onebe. Exhibit A2 was bone head of the SIMA, got from the deceased, is Immaculate Mary Onebe. Exhibit A3 was head of humerus bone got from the deceased is Immaculate Mary Onebe. Then exhibit A4 was molar teeth with jaw got from the deceased is Immaculate Mary Onebe. An examination required was to ascertain whether there is any relationship between the DNA in exhibit OM and A1, A2, A3, and A4. And also to establish whether the exhibits A1, A2, A3, and A4 was preserved using any chemical. And the exhibits above were received from number 36247, that is my first number. Rank Detective Corporal, name Omodings George Rotary. Date was on 13th of September 2021. And it was stamped also on 13th of September 2021 from the Forensic Gateway, Naguru.
So in all this, you are already telling the people going to do the test that the deceased is ISO, Immaculate Mary Onebe. Were you preempting them?
No.
Were you under any instruction from anyone to call this dead body you had found by that name?
There was a suspicion. We were suspecting it to be the one for his Immaculate Mary Onebe.
This is a DNA test. You want to find out wasn't it prudent to write unknown?
Either way.
The reason why I'm asking this is that I noticed also from your questions in post-mortem. We dwell so much on this issue of whether that is really for my information. Is that the case that this person is not really the deceased person?
My Lord,
Or that it is not there?
the evidence we have makes us wonder, that's a pity. Is this the body? Well, they said, assume Immaculate Mary Onebe. That is what the evidence is showing us. And that is what we are trying to ascertain with him. We want him to ascertain that yes, indeed, this is the body. He did not preempt the DNA to say it is assumed.
I'm asking, this is why I'm asking this. But the question is whether the person who is deceased is Immaculate Onebe.
That is the question.
Yes. The reason why we would spend so much time asking this question is whether there is evidence anywhere that either I is still alive or that this is not her dead body or your indictment says Onebe Francis and Rio and others still alive during the month of January 2021. Amazon in Nyonyo Makikie, Marisa Pato killed Isu Makile. So, for us to go into all these questions of whether indeed this was Immaculate, whether the DNA was done properly, is it that you contest that Immaculate is dead or that this is not her dead body?
My Lord, we are not contesting that.
Because let's use judicial time construction.
Yes,
that has been my point from the beginning. Let's use our time construction. Immaculate is dead. There is no reason why we have to continue asking these questions about whether she's dead. If you have evidence that Immaculate is not dead, or that this is not her dead body and that you can prove it at some later stage, then that I would understand. But if, let me tell you why I'm asking this. We have now had our accused persons. We have had these cases now for the last kind. The earlier we conclude the case, if you are disputing the death, I would accept these kind of questions. go on about it. Was the DNA done properly? Is this really marked? Was the postmortem done properly? Then I would understand. But if you do not dispute the date, if you do not dispute the date, now see, they're talking. Now these are important questions. Because you're not asking if how did she die, what was the cause of death. You are now saying this is not marked.
That is the issue, my lord. Because the state has said that this is immaculate, that she has died, and that she was killed by the accused persons. Their evidence, however, disputes the body, puts the body in dispute. About whether it's her, we do not know. But that body is in dispute. And that is why I'm going through these questions to ascertain from him that chain of the collection of evidence, what he was supposed to do, to properly come to the determination that yes, this is actually ISO.
And if you do, and when you do, then what let's look at the end result. Then what?
My lord, we shall bring that in the submission.
No. We have to, because you see, so what is the issue here? These questions about postmortem. I remember we spent almost 2 days, I think, on the postmortem. We're now spending so much time on whether he did the DNA properly, whether he did the swab, whether they don't already right, whether, you know. I'm just for clarity on my side, so that I can say that okay, this seems to be the game plan. This is the end result. We are disputing the body. When we dispute the body, we shall then raise the doubt, because this is the question of there is a doubt that this person is actually not dead. She's alive somewhere. If she's alive somewhere, then obviously she's not the offense of murder.
My lord, if the actual issue was alive somewhere, I would have advised the court. But we do not know. What we are disturbed here about is the identification of the body. How did they identify it?
And when you do that, that's what I'm saying. What will be the end result? How will it assist you in the determination of this case? Because what we are looking at here, in fact, many times in these murder cases, this particular point of death is not contested. This particular point of death, in most murder cases, this particular point of death is not contested. You know the reason why somebody is being tried for murder. Because it's a dead body, somebody is dead. They even buried her. And somebody even testified here that she was buried in the man's, this person's home. Somebody testified. Unless that evidence is also easy. If so, if she was buried, dead and was buried, unless you dispute that she was not dead, she's not buried. She's not the one who was buried in this young man's home. That is different. I would understand. But if she's actually dead and was buried, we would use our time more constructively somewhere else, establishing that it is not the accused person who actually killed the deceased. That's the point I'm trying to reach. That's the point I'm trying to make.
What you're telling me, my lord,
that is not a problem. My question to you is, do you dispute this person's death? That's what I'm asking. Do you dispute this person's death, that it is not immaculate who died? She is not dead. She's not the one who was buried in this not his home. Then I would understand the questions. But if you do not contest her death, then we would use our time more constructive. That's the point I'm making.
my lord,
So that we do not delay this trial much longer.
I want to be very careful in what I say, my lord.
Yeah, I
I
understand.
want to be very careful.
Okay.
What we are disputing is the identity. Identification process. And as you mentioned, there are 4 elements. The first is the person. Who is that person? And the SOCO was very fundamental in extracting that evidence? You see, he has told us he collected it on 9 and it was delivered on 13. Where was it in those 4 days?
DNA evidence is used to identify the deceased person. It is used to identify the deceased person. That is one of the main key. Yes.
But here we already have an inquest with the identity.
No. You first forget about what
Yes,
is here. Let's first forget about it. Let's first forget. Let's look at the legal principle. The legal principle is that in the murder case, somebody needs to be there. In this particular case, they're telling us a person who is murdered. All the questions you are asking, in my view, this person is not actually the one who was alleged, the DNA was alleged and established that of this.
Yes, ma'am.
Which is okay. So I'm asking, is your case, of course, you have your strategy, but is it that you dispute that immaculate is guilt? I would say, because that's what we should be looking at. Is it that you dispute that immaculate is guilt? Because if you don't dispute immaculate is guilt, then you can start punching holes in where was the body victim, where was the DNA done, how was the body recovered from the septic tank, how was it, I'm just looking at our initial time, because we can use our time very constructive. Okay? By now we would probably be on something else. And I am saying this also because your client there has been in prison, I'm not sure since when he was arrested.
Yes, ma'am.
So the earlier we conclude the matter for him, the better. But also, how do we use our time?
My Lord, I think in the end, it will help us determine whether indeed the state has proved that she's dead, whether that body is hers, or they have failed to prove it. I think we shall leave it to your lordship.
Yes, you will leave it to me. So, do we need to go into all these things?
My Lord, we need to bring out this, not only for the court, but also for the assessor. Because if we don't bring out those facts, then the court and the assessors will not have sufficient information to guide them.
That the lady is dead.
My Lord, we shall leave it to your determination.
This is the point. You see, this is the point I'm trying to make. I don't want to force how you do your cross-examination. But I think you can use your cross-examination also more. We can use it. We can spend our time more constructive.
Yes, my Lord.
We can use our time more constructive. And I don't want to repeat myself. Are we saying this woman is not the woman who was buried in his person's home is actually not the man? Because those are the questions I've been here.
My Lord, when we sat down to analyze this evidence, and myself in particular, those were the questions coming up. Now I'll just bring them out to the court, and then a determination can be made. Otherwise, I cannot speak and say, okay, she's alive. I don't know where she is. I've never seen her in person before.
Let me just speak hypothetically. Let me just give you an example. Suppose it's a robbery case.
Yes, ma'am.
And they tell you that the person who was robbed was the person who was robbed, the victim, was wearing a red shirt. The victim, not the person who robbed,
Yes.
but the victim was wearing a red shirt. Somebody else comes and says he was wearing a blue shirt. Somebody else comes and says he was wearing. The identity of the accused person is not invisible. The one of the accused is not invisible. Now the question is, how was this person dressed? The one who. So there are certain things which are important, and there are those ones which may need to refer. Are we really disputing the death? That's the question I've been asking myself. Are we disputing the death of this person? Because if we're disputing the death, then it's no problem. But if we are not disputing the death, then we are having a problem.
My lord, in the circumstances, the prosecution is proving that there is a death of this person. So for us, we are disputing that indeed, are they able to prove that? We are disputing that element. And we're also disputing the element that the accused person is.
No, don't go there. That one is a very different issue. Participation is very different.
Because my lord, you see how there's been intervention by police officers of various lands, concoction of evidence, alteration of evidence, tampering with the crime scene as the present witness has said.
No.
What possibility is there that the DNA could have also been tampered with and that this DNA report is also the
And then you prove it, then what? Then she's not dead. That's what I'm
the
asking you. That's what I'm
The
asking you.
elements might not up to you. We can ask for an inquest, maybe, if you find that it was not.
No, that's not what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying, let's use our time. Now that you have brought these questions about the way the gaming was done,
Yes.
you have been asking him about how the gaming was done. That's very good. Can we now move on to something else? That's what that is. Let's move on to something else. Yeah? And I am stopping at 8:30 because we have quarterly review. How many witnesses did you bring today?
My lord, we have one more.
Is there a standard procedure for extracting a body which is in a place filled with water?
I don't know.
It is different from extracting a body in a lake. There we have no choice. But in a confined place, like a soap pit,
I don't know whether the standard procedure.
were you required to drain the soap pit first or whatever was there before you get the body out?
That one is done by fire rescue team. They know their procedure.
You're the scene of crime officer who instructs.
I
And
don't.
you want to see the body.
I don't instruct them to. I don't instruct them to do what they're supposed to do. Their method of operations.
So you collected all the evidence around that septic tank before you handed it over to them, correct?
They picked for me the body outside. Then I started from outside after photographing. Then later on, when they drain, I search inside to find out whether there are some remains or what, like that.
So they get the body, they drain it, then you inspect to see if there are any remains.
I examine now the body from outside.
Just examine the body.
Yes.
You don't check in the soap.
I search. After the body was brought, they drained the water, then I search. Because some,
Did you enter the soap?
yes, they remove all the water from inside.
And then you enter it afterwards.
Entered and searched. It was a big place where you can enter and search.
Did you consider taking photographs while inside?
No, when I'm inside, I did not take the photograph. I took from outside before entering to capture what was inside. Like my size, if I enter, my head cannot come out. My head cannot be seen from outside. In fact, it was like 6 feet and 8 feet. This side 6, this side 8. Height, I didn't measure the height.
But your height, how tall are you? We can gauge from
Like 5.8 feet.
You're like 5'8" or 5'7". So how much higher than you was?
It was like 1.5, like a half of me again when you had it.
One and a half of you.
Myself, then a half of me.
That's like what, 2.5 meters?
Roughly.
Not 2.5. It's about, you're about 1 meter 70 times 2. That's 3 meters.
That's 2.4. Possible that somebody of your size and build could enter there.
Yes, the manhole was large.
How many people could fit inside there? Okay, I think that is ambitious. You could have at least 2 or 3 people inside there at one time, correct?
Yes.
Did you try to find any fingerprints around that place?
It was not there.
How about on the walls, anywhere around the compound? Did you do any fingerprint anywhere?
Nothing.
Did you consider recommending a sniffer dog to sniff around the crime scene?
I was not the head of investigation at the crime scene.
As a SOCO, could that sniffer dog have led you to another place? Objection, my lord. Much obliged, my lord. That body was only a knicker when you saw it. Did you find any other clothes within the sock pit?
No, I did not.
Did you? To search in the house for any clothes that would fit that body.
Tried, but I didn't get.
When you entered the bedroom of A1, were there any ladies' clothes there?
Pardon?
When you entered the bedroom of A1, were there any clothes for a woman there?
There were clothes, but I didn't know whether they were for the woman or not.
Did you see any dresses? Did you see any dresses?
Yes.
Certain whether there was any blood, any damage that would have been caused by injury on any of those dresses?
There was nothing.
My Lord, I think that is the scope of what the witness did. Much obliged by him. To start with, and you told the court that you did not document the samples from the mortuary. You did not include them in your report, right? So where did you indicate that samples have been picked?
I indicated them in police form 17A.
I want you to scrutinize that same document, police form 17, and tell court when exactly the samples were collected from the mortuary.
The samples were collected on 13th of September 2021.
So earlier on you had told the court that they were collected on the 9th.
Yeah, I remember that 9th Akiri was not dead. Then we went to bury him. Then I came and collected the body on 13th, the exhibits on 13th. Akiri was knocked in the morning. On 9th.
So I want you to confirm to this honorable court
When were the samples collected from the mortuary?
I collected on 13th of September 2021.
Can you mention some of the people who you found at the scene of crime? You may not recall all, but mention the names that you can recall.
I recall Detective ASP Ochom Nobat, Detective Constable Okelo Jacob, Ochom Nobat, Detective Constable Okelo Jacob, Detective ASP Etwop Ben, who was OCCID Kabalagala, Detective AIP Okelo Lupot. Those are the few I can call the names.
And the non-police officers? And the non-police officers, if you recall?
I can recall the chairman, LC1, but his name I've forgotten.
It's okay. LC1 of which?
Of Lower Mawanga zone.
Where was A1?
A1 was at the scene.
Maybe some of your photos don't have an identifier. Why?
Not all photographs are supposed to have identifiers.
And who took all the photos that were tendered in court?
I am the one who took them.
And whose handwriting is on the photos?
It's my handwriting.
And the signature?
It's my signature.
My Lord, that is
the laboratory to explain why the body appeared like that.
Thank you.